Good evening. My name is Rochelle Crump, and I am president of the National Women Veterans United and also founder. Tonight, I want to start out by first giving a moment of silence for our fallen comrades, and also I'd like to recognize and have a moment of silence for deceased Honorable Commissioner Joan Patricia Murphy from the 6th District. Thank you. The commissioner passed not long ago. She was genuinely invested in veterans, holding annual events, and throughout the year, recognizing all those who served by commemorating an annual and a monthly formal ceremony with certificates and lapel pins to recognize their service. And that to me is very honorable, and we should recognize that. We want to give a congratulations to the VFW Post 2024 who held their 80th anniversary this past Saturday. 80th anniversary. And please, when you get an opportunity, look up that post and see some of the wonderful things that they're doing to be together for 80 years. And also, we want to commend their commander, Don Meeks, and Manny Duncan on a great celebration, as well as we want to recognize the National Women Veterans United who actually did the color guard detail. And then I'd like to recognize and say congratulations to Staff Sergeant Eddie Kane and Master Sergeant Marilyn Gomez from the 108th Sustainment Illinois Army National Guard from the North Riverside Armory, who will be retiring this weekend after more than 30 years. That's great. And to all those who have served that length of time, we thank you for your service. We'd like to cordially invite you to the National Women Veterans United Book Club, which will be held on Saturday, October the 29th at 11 o'clock a.m. at our center located at 7907 South Racine. And I will get to showing you our address and our telephone number very shortly. And I'd also like to ask those who shop at Carson's to please join us at the Evergreen Plaza Carson's on Saturday, October the 29th from 4 until 6 o'clock p.m. Please enter from the 99th Street entrance, where we will be basically supporting our organization through the Community Day sales books. We want to congratulate the Chicago Buffalo Troopers. They will be holding their event also on October the 29th, their black tie event. Basically, it is a scholarship recognition, and they've done that for several years now. And so anytime we're supporting youth in the community, that's a wonderful thing. So kudos to them. And we'd also like to recognize the 8th Infantry, who will be having their annual scholarship event on Saturday, November the 5th, where they will be recognizing the National Women Veterans United and some others who have made significant contributions to the community. And on November the 11th, Veterans Day, let's not forget all those who served and made those sacrifices for the freedom for all. And there is an annual Veterans Day parade at 47th and King Drive that ends at 35th and King Drive at the Doughboy statue. Now, I'd like to also just say we are happy to announce that the National Women Veterans United organization, our group, will be on Windy City Live on Veterans Day, November the 11th, for the daytime show. So please join us there. In addition, the National Women Veterans United is hosting their peer-to-peer support second series on November the 12th. And that begins at 11 o'clock. And then Carter Temple is having their annual Veterans Day event on Saturday, November the 13th. That address is 7841 South Wabash. And then the last thing that I'd like to say is please join the National Women Veterans United on Friday, December the 30th at the American Legion Memorial Hall located in Calumet City for our end of the year dinner dance. And we'd like to recognize anybody that you have in mind that you think we should know about. So if you would like to give us a call at 312-738-1060. We'd like to hear, since we're going into Veterans Day and we won't be here on Veterans Day, so we can recognize them today. Veterans should be recognized every day because every day they are veterans. So I'm proud to be an Army veteran, and I salute my comrades from the Army, the Marines, the Navy, the Air Force, and the Coast Guard. If you're watching now and you'd like to give kudos or a shout out to a veteran or someone who is still serving, please give us a call at 312-738-1060. Now, I want to also talk about how women veterans get left out. Women veterans get left out a lot of times because, unlike our male comrades, we may not necessarily wear a cap that says that we are a veteran of a certain branch or a time period in which we served. And so people won't just walk up to us and just say, hey, are you a veteran? But our comrades, they assume most of the times that they serve. So one of the things that has really continued to bother me is that when they even see us as a veterans group, they assume that we are an auxiliary. Now, my hats go off to the auxiliaries from the various military organizations, but I'm not an auxiliary person. I am a veteran. I served as well, and I expect to be acknowledged in that role as a veteran, not as an auxiliary. They've done some wonderful things helping out our veteran organizations, and also sometimes they go to the hospitals and other entities, the nursing homes, and places like that to recognize those that serve. But there is a difference between veterans and auxiliary, and we should recognize that. And so many times we've been insulted by our own comrades who basically think or call us an auxiliary. And I'd like to know why our own male comrades still assume that women are not veterans too. So if you would like to call in and give kudos to anyone serving in the military or another veteran, or answer my question of why our own comrades assume that we are auxiliary members. Give us a call at 312-738-1060. And I can only say that over the years, the National Women Veterans United has made great accomplishments in pulling together teams of women basically from every branch of the service, from every war era and peacetime, because a lot of times we forget about our peacetime veterans, and basically they were standing ready and willing to be a part of any missions. It just so happened that it was not their time for a mission, and so we have to recognize the fact that they were still there. So we salute those who basically served during peacetime. And we also want to thank all of the nurses and the hospital and nursing home staff who care for our veterans on a daily basis. So we thank you for that, and also the families who stand beside those veterans who need you the most. What we have done for the National Women Veterans United, last year we opened the only Women Veterans Center in Illinois. It is one of few across the nation that specifically addresses the issues of women, veterans, and military women. And that center is located, I'm going to show you that in just a minute, is located on the south side. But a lot of times we do get other cultures that come to the center, and I know sometimes people say, well, that's too far, and it's a different community. And I always say they served in Iraq, Afghanistan, Japan, and all over the world. 79th Street is no different than that. So I want to let you know where we are, We are at the Illinois Community Women Veterans Center, located at 790709 South Racine in Chicago. Our phone number is 872-731-2150, and our email is nwvu.org@gmail.com, and our website is nwvu.org. And we were happy to announce also that we started a chapter of NWVU, our She-Vets, in Rockford, Illinois, and they're doing some amazing things in Rockford. One of the things that we did recently was we held a stand down in partnership with the Hines VA Hospital. We held it at the North Riverside Armory, and the women basically who came in for service were grateful of all of the things that they received, particularly the information and resources that they did not necessarily know about in the community, as well as they were provided with clothing, toiletries, information packets, different types of things that they need on a regular basis to basically personal hygiene, clothing, and it was an awesome event. And we want to thank all of those resource service providers that were there who provided information, the Cook County Veterans Discount Card. We also had the military there to talk about the health care benefits for those who retire from the military, TRICARE. And we had all of those who basically provide a service or a resource in the community from federal, state, and local. So it was a wonderful event. And we plan to do it again next year, maybe not in that particular location, but we may go back to the Jesse Brown healthcare system if they'd like to partner with us, because over the years we've had over 100 women to come, women veterans and military, to come out for resources. A lot of times people think that because you are a veteran, you're automatically giving those resources, but you are not. A lot of times there are different things that preclude you from being able to get those services. Call us at 312-738-1060 if you want to give a shout out, if you want to basically answer my question why our comrades still think that we are auxiliary members and not veterans. And let's hear from you tonight. One of the things that we like to do also is, and unfortunately we don't have all that information tonight, and we thank all of those entities, all of the support businesses that provide free entities for veterans on Veterans Day. It's been a monumental service to veterans to be able to go out and have a free meal where the staff say thank you, and always good food too. So we thank every establishment that has joined in the partnership to basically say thank you to the veterans who basically have served our country. And if you'd like to give us a call tonight to talk about that, or basically to answer my question, why veterans think that women are auxiliary members. And if you'd like to give a shout out for a military person or a veteran, because we will not be here on Veterans Day, but we do want to recognize the contributions made for this nation. The National Women Veterans United is working very hard in the communities, basically to allow people to understand what the VA benefits are. We have service officers available. We have peer-to-peer support groups in which we basically can hold a series of services about services and or about issues. Sometimes it can be about relationships. Now this one that we will be holding, series 2 in November, will be about marriage and families. And so that's big, because a lot of times when veterans come home from deployment, they just may not feel that they fit in their family's home anymore. You know, if they're not married, they're single, they may be still living at home, they're younger. A lot of times they come back and they just don't feel like they fit in the home because they've been away. And of course, they've grown up since the time that they left. Even in short periods of time, there's a lot of unexpected growth of veterans that are young. And so we pride ourselves in having these type of events where we should also have family members to come out and talk to those individuals who provide services that address veterans coming home from deployment, and sometimes even pre-deployment, so that you can understand better what the veteran is headed to, how important it is for the support, the letters, the care packages, the telephone calls when they can get them, and now they have time on the computers where they can communicate by Skyping. So it's a wonderful thing, new technology that basically makes you feel like you're still at home. And thank all of those organizations who continue to provide care packages. We can't say enough how important that is and how it makes the veteran feel when they are away from home but feel like they're still at home and in touch with their family. We'd like to invite you again Saturday, October the 29th. Our featured book is Why, and our author of that book is D.A. Rhodes, and she is a radio personality. She covers 3 stations throughout Northwest Chicago and Indiana. And so we'd like for you to come out to our center and just see what we offer at our center. We have a meditation room. We want to thank the Help Hospitalized Veterans for donating the crafts to us so that the women basically are learning to have coping skills through art and crafts. And it's making a huge difference in basically just being able to have some quiet time, make you a bag, make you some moccasins, make a model airplane. And now we're going to also include our Girl Scouts and women veterans working together on crafts and having conversations about life and about their schools and things of that nature. This is how we must interact in the community with our youth, because we know they're exposed to so much. And so this is a positive thing that we're planning to do with our Girl Scouts. I want to show you again where we're located, and that is the Illinois Community Women Veterans Center, 790709 South Racine in Chicago. Phone number 872-731-2150. Our email address is nwvu.org@gmail.com, and our website is nwvu.org. And we're almost out of time, so we won't be getting any calls. But please, if you don't do anything else on November the 11th, if you don't remember anything that I've said tonight, any of the information, please take the time to say thank you to our military who are in uniform, and also those who have served our country voluntarily. And please remember that on the 3rd Thursday of each month, there are veteran issues, and also where you can ask questions about veterans benefits, and we can get answers for you. I know that sometimes the VA may be here or others may be here. Again, my name is Rochelle Crump, a proud Army veteran, president and founder of the National Women Veterans United. When we're located at 7907 South on Racine in Chicago. Please stop by and take a look at our center. We're not a regular post like most of them are with the bar or with renting halls. We have a center we have a kiddie center in there. We have a computer lab. We have a meditation room. And we have arts and crafts. We have peer-to-peer support. And many other things. We do a lot of assistance with helping women veterans who are homeless with clothing, with toiletries, with referrals, and all of those things that they need. Sometimes it's furniture, sometimes they need leads for security rent because they just received a HUD-VASH voucher or a CHA voucher and they don't have security rent. When we have funds available, we do pay that for them when we have those funds available. And we work directly with the social workers and provide those things that oftentimes they don't have access to because of the number of clients that they have and because they may be out of them or they haven't received a lot of donations. And a lot of times it's because it's more male contraband than it is for women. And so that's what our focus is on. We don't neglect our male comrades. If in fact they need some assistance, we will assist them. But we want to thank you again for watching CAN TV. This is the National Women Veterans United. Good night.